The first thing I'm going to be talking about is apologising for your appearance. So, what I find with this one is like, just like when people, I mean, well, personally, I've only heard girls do it, but I'm sure that's like not the case, like that they only do it, but it's just like an example will be like a girl will apologise for not wearing makeup or something, and you know, she'll be like, oh, sorry for my face, I've like just got out of bed, like I've just got out of bed right now, I'm not gonna apologise, mate, like I think this is like a good wild look, like with my bandana that I've stolen off my sister, you know, and sitting in this awesome shelter in my garden, so I ain't gonna apologise. I feel like I had more to say on that one, but I have no script for this video, I'm just sort of going with whatever rolls off my tongue, because I feel like it looks a bit unnatural if I'm just like looking down at a script, but if anyone has some tips for how to sound less sort of all over the place in videos but not have to make a script, then hit me up. The next thing I'm going to talk about is having your nipples out, and like why anyone should be allowed to have their nipples out. Right, so breasts are like sexualized heavily, right? But like I don't see why they need to be, because you know, breasts are secondary sex characteristics, and so is a beard. Like, and if I had a beard, I would not be putting it away. You know what I'm saying? So you know, if someone's like comfortable enough with their body to show their breasts, I just don't think it should matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you'll probably be like, oh, but it depends on the context. Like in some situations, even people without breasts wouldn't be able to take their shirts off. And like, true, I suppose, but I mean, like, I wouldn't, like, if I was at sixth form and someone in class, plane going by, just whipped off their shirt, I'd just find it funny. Like, I wouldn't be like, that is unacceptable, but I'd probably be like jealous because I could never do that because I have testicles, and I'm a guy, and that just like, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that, but you know, you get my point. Like, let's just say like you're on a beach, like there's no reason why someone with breasts, if they're comfortable with showing their breasts, should have to be made to feel uncomfortable by society. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't get why we have to hide certain body parts but not others. Like, why don't I have to hide my nose? And about the sexualizing thing, like, I don't know, I feel like in some contexts, like when you're fucking, you should sexualize things, but you know, in everyday contexts, nothing should be sexualized. But I don't know, that's probably like impossible, but I think that'd be the ideal, because I feel like during sex, literally everything would be sexualized, not just breasts and like other stuff. So I don't know. I suppose we just live in like too much of a dangerous society for anyone to actually be able to take their shirt off who, you know, has humps under their nips. But it's a shame, really. I think free the nips is a very good thing. Also along the lines with gender roles, which is kind of what that free the nips thing is about. Free the nipples, sorry, I don't know why I'm saying nips, but yeah. Same thing. Along with that, you know, I'm now like the little bit. Okay, so a gender role I really do not like is just the fact that, like, when you look at a person, a big factor in determining whether they're male or female, because obviously that's all you can be. You can't be in between, you can't be neither, you've got to be male or female. But a big factor in determining that is their hair, and it's just like, I suppose you've got to have something to distinguish between masculinity and femininity, but I just, like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it even matter? Like looking like a certain gender, and like, but then it does matter. Like, there's no way to, like, stop it from mattering suddenly. But it's just like, why does a factor in that have to be the length of your hair? You know, like, it's just so annoying. Like, look, like, how people, like, look at me and go, long hair girl. And, like, when I had short hair, no one misgendered me. And it's just, like, making me want to cut my hair. But I grew it because, and, like, I'm still growing it because I wanted this change because I think it looks good. I'm not like trying to look like a girl. I just think it looks cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, too much. But it's like, I wouldn't particularly mind having my short hair back again. But it's just the reason that I would be cutting it short would make me feel like I was defeated. Because I don't want to have to cut it to please society. You know, I want to please myself, but then, like, I can't please myself if I don't please society, because society genders me as female, which doesn't please me. So I'm, like, seriously debating just, like, getting a buzz cut again, or maybe not something so extreme, but, like, short hair that doesn't, like, go down at all. But I don't know, it's just, like, I've been growing it for literally, like, over a year. How many months? Okay, February of last year to now, which is August. So if anyone can be asked to do the maths, then that's how long I've been growing it. So I just don't want to, like, let the way society thinks about hair and gender affect me, but it does affect me, so it's just, yeah. But like, when I actually get on testosterone, which I feel like I have been talking about for 2 years, and still I'm not on testosterone because I had to go on an 18-month waiting list that it turned out I didn't even need to go on, but now I have complications, and yeah, anyway, that's for another video. But But when I actually get on testosterone, and hopefully I'll grow facial hair that's actually decent, or at least I'll grow a little bit, or like my face will just be more masculine, and then it won't matter that I have long hair. So that's what I'm holding out to. Whereas if I cut it, I'm gonna have to go through like the pain of growing it again if I decide I want it long. Anyway, I think I've talked enough about my hair now. And now I'm going to talk about comparing yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others is like a really bad thing, because when it's like, especially when it's like you're jealous of them, that sort of thing, and you just like keep like whirling it around again and again in your brain how you're jealous of them. And you know, no positive thoughts about them, like, well, they can, you know, they have skills that I don't know, so they can help me. You know, it's more negative thoughts like, they have skills that I don't know, so they are better than me. And yeah, that's just annoying, really, because it stops you from doing things you want to do. Like in some cases, like say you're comparing how someone else draws realistic faces, and you really want to be able to draw realistic faces, but every time you do it, just like the proportions whack or something like that, and they just seem to get it perfect easily. It just sort of like discourages you from doing it, because you think, oh, I'll never be as good as them, so can't be asked, really. But I feel like if you enjoy something, it shouldn't have to matter whether it's good or not, or good in other people's opinion or not. It's just about like the act of doing it and the act of enjoying it, and if you get something good out of it, then that's a bonus point. But yeah, it's not just like comparing yourself to others happens in like loads of different situations, and like I feel like it's kind of unavoidable, but it's a shame, really. Like a lot of the time I find myself scrolling through people's Instagram or Facebook, and you know, like looking at all these cool things they're doing, and how they get comments on every post that you know, like I don't get, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't really know how to get out of that habit, but I know it's not great. I know just like social media, like it seems like social media for the most part is not great, but I'm not gonna stop using it, you know. Like I know Pringles are extremely unhealthy, but because literally like that whole Bunsen burner thing, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should like search it up on YouTube, like a Pringle getting burnt with a Bunsen burner and all the fat dropping off. But I still eat Pringles, you know. I know you should do 60 minutes exercise per day, but I don't. Like sometimes I do, but you know, for the most part, I'm like too much effort. On the subject of unhealthiness, that just made me think of that whole obesity is a cause of cancer too thing, whatever you call it, billboard, I think billboard, poster, you know what I mean, that you see in the city, next to fast food adverts. And it's just like, it's so ironic, mate. Like, you're giving people one message, like, go and buy a McDonald's burger, but then you're also saying, but be healthy. And it's just like, I barely, like, are there any adverts for food that's healthy? Like, because I don't spot them, you know? And it also, just like, putting that aside, just the advert itself, or whatever you call it, like, raising awareness billboard about obesity causing cancer, it's just the way it's written, like, really, it's really, like, in your face. And I know that's kind of their point, to get it in your face, so that people will pay attention and then, like, not buy a McDonald's burger, even though there's a McDonald's burger advert, like, right next to it. I don't know. It's a tricky one, because yes, obesity causes cancer, like, I'm not going to argue with that one, but just, it doesn't mean you have to be, like, fucking horrible about it, and just, like, you know, like, I think obese people know that they have severe health problems due to being obese. And I don't, like, I don't know, I just think it's more important to offer support and, like, show these people love, like, no matter what, rather than put this, like, horrible, I'm gonna use the word horrible, because I just, every time I see it, I cringe, really. This, like, horrible, whatever you want to call it, billboard, advert, poster thing, that just, like, that's gonna make people stare at them, and make people, like, look down on them, and make people just go obese, unhealthy. But when we talk about healthy, I think we focus too much on physical health, really, and we need to look more at mental health, because, you know, like, cancer is, like, extreme degradation of physical health. And I think in order to tackle physical health, you need to have good mental health. Yeah, you need to be motivated to do it and stuff. And, like, I know some people might see that as a form of motivation, but I don't know, like, I just, like, trying to put myself in the shoes of an obese person, or an overweight person, or, like, even someone who's, like, a little bit chubby, who would be seeing that advert. And, you know, I don't think I'd be happy about it, because it, like, it just, like, it's, I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, overly sensitive or something, and obese people, like, look at it and go, okay, right, yeah, true. But, as I've said, it just annoys me that it's, like, next to fast food adverts. And it just also annoys me the way they've written it. Like, they could have put, you know, eating just one more vegetable a day makes you less likely to get cancer. Some sort of positive message that gives you advice and helps you to sort something out, and just, like, and is just in a, you know, said in a good way. Or, you know, put some, like, helplines up for people who are like really struggling with motivation but want to lose weight or whatever. Yeah, want to lose weight but are really struggling with motivation. Because I know, like, for some people that advert might motivate them, but for others it just, like, I don't know, it might just offend them or like make them feel worthless, because then they might be thinking like, I am, you know, just an unhealthy person who gets like stared at and stuff, and there's nothing more to me. What I want to talk about now, and this video is getting long, but let's be real, I'm making such a long video because I don't know, I'm just making a long video, okay, like, deal with it. Anyway, I wanted to talk about playing hard to get, and why I just think it's a weird concept, really. Like, I just don't get why you need to sort of step back and like not flirt much, is how I understand it, and like make it hard to talk to you and make it seem like you're not interested, to get people interested in you, like to get people attracted to you. Like, if anyone can actually explain the psychology behind that, that'd be much appreciated. I feel like we should actually do this in psychology because, you know, it's an interesting topic, like playing hard to get and like relationships and all that. In fact, like, I think because we were going to do relationships next year, but then the teacher who like specialises in it is leaving, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, just like playing hard to get, is like, it doesn't make much sense to me, like, because surely if you act like you're not interested, then the person's going to be like, oh, okay, well, they're not interested, so I'll go and talk to someone else who gives me the attention I'm looking for. And I don't know, I feel like you'd have to have a particular personality to make it work, and it's not sort of an essential thing that we make it out to be. And it's just, if you're like playing games to attract someone, like, surely that implies you're then gonna play games in the actual relationship, and like playing games I don't think would be a good way to go. Also, that fact aside, it's just impossible to do. Like, how do people actually manage to do that if you like someone, sort of like to hold back from talking to them? Because I would just find that impossible, really. I think the final thing I'm going to talk about now is gendered toilets, and how I just think they're absolutely stupid, and so unnecessary, especially like in fact, it's not even relevant this 2019, like, they were just never necessary. I can't see any argument for them, really. It just makes it awkward when your gender's ambiguous to society like mine, I suppose. Like my gender's not ambiguous to myself, but like to society, they're like, is that a girl? Is that a boy? Boyish clothes, but long hair. Even though literally like loads of men have long hair. but then like feminine face sounds like putting a lot of effort into deepen voice. And just like trans people in general, I think, can all agree that it's, you know, not a nice experience, sort of not knowing which toilet to go in, and you know, feeling uncomfortable about something you need to do. Like they don't have to even build new toilets. What just has to be done is, you know, anyone can go in any toilet. Yeah. And like urinals can be there, but like they're not necessary because everyone can use a stool. Like not everyone can use a urinal, but everyone can use a stool. So, you know, how hard is it to just have a room of stools and gender neutral? And I know like some places are starting to do that, and there are gender neutral toilets. So we just need to like get them spread everywhere. Because I feel like if we want equality in this society, and like gender equality in particular, we need to present the genders as equal by saying that they can both go in in the same toilet, you know, and also people who don't conform to gender can go in this toilet as well, and then they don't have to feel awkward about it and stuff. And I think I'm going to end the video there.